from Aunt Betty's studio in Carson City, Nevada.
From First Presbyterian Church, where we are opening the gospel to Carson City and beyond, it's the Marion Sherry Show.
Good morning, world.
Good morning, and good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Sherry.
Always good to be sitting with you here every week.
Yes, and congratulations. I know you had a wonderful high school graduation with Sam this weekend, and
yeah, it was amazing. Everybody I talked to is like, no fair, because the weather was so perfect. Right. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't windy, it wasn't raining. Thanks to your father, who reminded me sit on the east side bleachers. And so we were there early. We were in the front row of the bleachers so we could see everything.
Perfect.
And we weren't sunburned. And
oh man, I can remember some pretty brutal graduations with my nieces and nephews. And
we're about to go into shout outs. I want to give a bonus shout out to Carson City School District and Carson High, because I was so impressed with the whole program.
Okay.
It was just really, it was well done, and the audience there was well behaved. There were like 3 air horns during the whole thing. It wasn't a big crazy party.
Good.
Which is,
nice.
To me, that should be held for afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And one of the things I appreciated the most was they had the students do their little speeches, but they did not bring in an adult speaker to give the traditional graduation speech that nobody remembers, that's the same everywhere, like congratulations on reaching the end of this part of your life, and now you're going to go forth and be present and don't give up and you're going to do great things and all that. Standard. They didn't do that, which I appreciated, because it's usually 15 to 20 minutes of somebody yammering on and you're like, can we get to the good stuff? The principal stood up there and explained all of the different honors kids were graduating with, and that's something I appreciate about this high school, is there is a path for everybody.
Yes.
And they had the kids stand up when they had those honors, and it was just so cool to let it be the kids' moment, not another speech.
Right. That is nice. Yeah, I think good for you, Carson City School District. Thank you for taking all that time and effort, because we know that it does take a lot of time and effort.
It does.
To organize
and
things
it was
like
just
that.
so well done.
Well,
so
good.
459 graduates. 459.
Wow. I think my Carson class was like 300 or something, and it was the largest ever at that time, which is a long time ago.
There was a long time of calling out kids' names as they grabbed their diplomas, but
yay!
Worth it all. It was great. And
what
of course, I would say also former students. I got to see former students graduate.
Yes, that's always exciting.
Anyways, we have other shout outs. Why don't you go ahead and start on our church shout outs?
Sherry's very excited today. Shout out to Bob Bybee. Thank you again for the wonderful sermon on Sunday, Bob. Thank you for taking the time to put that all together. It's much appreciated.
Absolutely, always when somebody steps up.
And who else?
Well, the rummage sale, for everybody who was involved in the rummage sale and getting that money in towards our preservation of the old sanctuary. Very, very successful. It reminds me I still need to write a check to them, because
Me too.
I grabbed a couple things on Sunday.
I thought you said you owed someone $1.
Well, and then it went up. I now owe probably about $20.
See,
so
I knew she couldn't keep her hands off that stuff.
Keeping it in my head.
I'm not even going to look at anything, because I don't want anything else.
And then finally, we have another shout out.
We want to shout out to our fellowship crew that runs everything on Sunday mornings, and they lay out all that very nice food for everyone. Thank you so much for doing that, folks. And if you're interested in helping out, I know they would really appreciate to have some extra hands to lighten the load for the ones that do it all the time. So wonderful. We really appreciate you all. Linda Ritter, I think, is in charge of that. Is she?
Yes.
Yay, Linda!
Yeah.
And
they all
the
work
elves.
so hard. They all work so hard.
They do.
Well, speaking of food, because we do like our food here, we've said that before. Taking a little sidestep here, if you've been around for any time, you have heard about Frontera de Cristo. It is a binational border ministry based in the sister cities of Douglas, Arizona, and Agua Prieta, Sonora, Mexico. And they're really working to build relationships across borders. Well, they're going to be in town on, I believe, the 16th, Friday, June 16th, at 6 p.m., and they're going to share in a potluck picnic on the east lawn.
Very cool.
At that time.
Very cool.
And so I'm going to read just a little bit here. I want to make sure I get it right. share potluck on the East Lawn, and then hear a presentation in the sanctuary from Frontera's U.S. coordinator Mark Adams and his wife and mission co-worker Miriam Maldonado Escobar. They've lived and served on the border since 1998.
On the front lines.
So it says, come and join us for a time of fellowship and opportunity to learn more about this border ministry. The mission committee will provide drinks for the potluck. And then I'm gonna put a little list right here. It'll be in your bulletin on Sunday also that says what you're supposed to bring based on your name.
Your last name.
Also, like I said on Sunday, do pay attention to that. But if you have a fabulous potluck dish and your name doesn't coordinate with that, just bring it, because everybody appreciates a good potluck dish that you're into. So. Yeah.
Yes, so come on down, because that's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah. Now our next one is also food related.
Everything we talk about is about food. Alrighty here. Our next Circles meeting, which meets here in the church on Wednesday nights on June 14th. This is our day to provide dinner for the Circles group. So if you are able to provide a dish, please talk to
Debbie Auday.
Debbie Auday. Please talk to Debbie Auday. She's the one, because they need people to bring in the meals for this coming Wednesday, June 14th. She will be in the narthex on Sunday, I believe. So look for Debbie. She's the one that's in charge of that.
I love Circles. It's such an amazing organization.
It's incredible.
And I have seen even former parents of mine from my classroom go from living in poverty to getting college degrees, holding down a steady job the whole night. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's worth it. So please support that with food.
Yes.
That's just a little thing you can do to help. Now, it seems like we're working our way backwards. We started with next Friday, then we went to next Wednesday. Well, let's cut to next Monday. This coming Monday it is at 5:30, isn't it?
Yes.
5:30 in the library. Please show up. Be disciplined enough to take 1 hour, just 1 hour of your time, and come pray corporately. We are praying for our church and the direction that's coming immediately as we're looking for a transitional pastor and then eventually a permanent pastor and many other things. But praying corporately is such a strong, you feel the strength there. You can feel the Holy Spirit.
Yes, and you forget sometimes about certain things that need to be prayed for, and when you're with other people, they remind you of people who are ill, people who are in need. Pray for our country, all these things. So yeah, come on down, folks. It's only an hour. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. So please join us Mondays at 5:30 p.m. in the library.
Yes. Now we took a little break from food. Let's go back to food now.
I feel like we're running through our announcements this morning. All because of food.
Yeah.
On July 2nd, the annual 4th of July picnic will be at the church right after service. So stick around and have some hamburgers or hot dogs or whatever festive food you would like to eat that day to celebrate the nation's birth. And come on, stay and have a hamburger, invite a friend. That is on July 2nd. It's coming up.
All right, and that's following worship service. So, there was a lot, but
that was the fastest bunch of messages we've ever done in our entire lives. This is YouTube.
So we invite you to like, subscribe, and
ring the bell. Specifically, the cowbell. And share.
Take care. We will see you this Sunday. And thank you for spending time with us. Love you. Bye.
Bye.